We have Mike's Night at the Fights here, and we have a fight between the legend Manny Pacquiao against Keith Thurman. So just tell me, what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think Manny's chances are, or Keith's chances?
I got to say, I really like this fight, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, you got to look at it. I believe it's on an even playing field. Pacquiao has a couple of really decent wins, but the thing that I like about Pacquiao most of all is just recently he has changed his style. He's becoming more of a puncher-oriented fighter. So I think he's developed comfortably into that style. Now we have Keith Thurman coming off a vulnerable fight, which he's probably 2 fights away from realistically a show fight like this. So I think that levels the playing field, and I think we're going to be I think you're going to see some fireworks on that fight. I don't know who I'm picking yet, but I do like this fight. I think this is going to be a really, really interesting barn burner.
You know, Keith looks sort of big out there. Did you notice that?
I said the same thing. I said there's there's a big size difference. Whether it's that weight, whether it's just weight, but I got to tell you, when we got close to him, he didn't look like he had too much fat on him. I'm going to be honest with you. He looked like he was pretty solid. He has a size difference. There's definitely for sure. But we got to figure Pacquiao started at what? I believe close to a flyweight, correct? I think he was very small. 8 divisions, 40 years old. Keith's, they don't give him the name one time for nothing. Let's put it that way.
And you know, in his last fight, going back to Manny Pacquiao, he still looked really fast. So,
yeah.
You know, for 40 years old now?
Yeah, and agreed. My biggest thing is when you're around this game long enough, a lot of people would disagree with me when I say this, but certain fighters, they refine themselves down their road in the twilights of their careers. And the one thing to go last is the punching power. And it seems like Manny has slowly adapted over the last few wins, and he's comfortable into this new style. He's bobbing and weaving more, and you notice there's a little bit more strength and tenacity to his punches, from what I believe.
This is going to be a great fight. It's going to be on Fox. It's going to be out in Las Vegas, Nevada, July 20th. So it's something you don't want to miss.
I won't miss it, and hopefully you don't either.
Oh, you know, and before we have Caleb Plant and Mike Lee. What are your thoughts on that fight?
That's another tremendous fight on paper. I don't know much about Mike Lee. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been following Caleb for a very long time. I'm a very big fan of Caleb. And I know as a writer we don't say that too much, but I'm a fan of Caleb's story. He's an old soul in the boxing game. And what really caught my attention is when he set up there, he talked about there's no teachers. I mean, he talks about it's not a matter of having a trainer. It's teachers. A lot of the fighters nowadays don't realize that that's what we called our trainers back then, teachers. You have 2 different schools here. You know, you got the kid who's educated. He has all the new science behind him, all these new training regimens. Caleb's an old school boxer. 2 totally different backgrounds, but both are going to bring it to the table. If I have to say, just by knowing Caleb's story, he's got one thing that we talk about. He's got momentum working in his favor. And I think it's going to be hard to beat a guy like that. He's got a lot of momentum working, and his story is really, really big. So I'm looking forward to that one, too.
So tune in once again on Fox.
Will do. As always, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.